Whether it's fixing your figures or talking about effect parts, it's all about quality of life with Steven's Toy Tips.
Hey everybody, it's Steven here, and I have my new S.H.MonsterArts Rathalos. Say hi, Los. Hi. Okay, that was corny, but it's going to stay the same. So, Rathalos here is going to be our nice little test subject because he has a quality control issue. At least that's something we've thought since he has been released in Japan. And one of those issues I'm going to go ahead and show here is that he's had some sprues, some little excess plastic on his ankles here. And that has, unfortunately, it's been seen in my Discord server, it's been reported by a few folks in Japan, has been a quality control issue which has caused some folks, unfortunately, to snap their ankles of their S.H.MonsterArts Rathalos. Now, this is going to be just a general practice video. It's going to be a tip video for you in case you ever have an issue like this. You need to disassemble, you need to loosen up a joint that's difficult to get to. But this is also going to be specifically for the S.H.MonsterArts Rathalos in case you're having some trouble. So what is the deal here? Well, the S.H.MonsterArts Rathalos has a connection system at his ankles, which initially looks pretty straightforward, but it's kind of complicated. And this is where the issue may take place. So when you're going to move his foot, if it would be connected, you would think that this all would be one piece here. Let's go ahead and move that up. You would think so. But in actuality, it's not. So this system here for his ankle, as you can see in this photo, is actually going to be a system where there is going to be a ball joint that plugs into the lower portion of Los's leg. And then that has a socket attached to it where another ball joint is plugged in, and then that ball joint is plugged into the foot. Hopefully it'll go ahead and focus here. Let's see if it will. Yeah, you can see the socket here on the foot. There you go. So that ball joint that plugs into the ankle will plug into the foot there. And so that is going to be the point where a lot of folks are going to move Los's foot. Now, if you move it too much, you're going to turn it and you're going to shear it right off. So what do? Well, you're going to first apply heat. What I like to do is use this. Now, mine, it gets really hot, near boiling. And then what you're going to do is you're going to heat up this general area, right? So you're going to go ahead and stick Los's foot under your heat source. I would do that. I've already done that. I'm at that point. Now, when you go ahead and pop off Rathalos's foot, do not pop off this section that covers that ball joint system. If you do that, you're in for an absolute world of hurt. Why? Let's go back to that picture that I took. This section here actually covers that ball joint system, and the way that it was assembled is the ball joint system was plugged into Rathalos's foot. This sleeve was inserted from the back of the ball joint that gets plugged into the leg, so that way everything was enclosed, looking like this, and then this whole thing was plugged into his leg. So if you pop this off, which is possible, I did it, you're going to have to heat this up until it's super squishy. Try to wrap it back around and then push it down, because the nubs that are on here that we thought were quality control issues are in fact not quality control issues. Those are meant to sit in this and turn when this moves. So you can even kind of hear, I'm going to take them off camera for a second. You can hear that squeaking. So now that we're at this point, it takes a while to explain that, but I want to explain this thoroughly so this way you understand the logic here as to why Bandai did what they did. So now we're at this point. We know why, unfortunately, folks have broken this, because they're turning here up at the foot, right? They're turning here, and they're actually turning a joint that's down here. So they're turning up here, turning a joint down here. That's stress, that's bad. What do we got to do? We got to loosen that joint down there. So you can do this one of two ways. You can go back to my old dish soap technique, or you can go with shock oil. Shock oil is also going to be very nice. It's going to be exactly the same. I don't have shock oil, but dish soap, I just go ahead and I routinely use Dawn. I wonder why that's pretty consistent. And so here's what you're going to do. So again, don't remove this sleeve. Don't do it. Heat up the foot area and just pop off the part of the foot that has the toes. I already treated this. I'm going to give this 24 hours and it should be good. So I'm going to go ahead over here on this side. So I'm going to tilt. So I have a little bit of a gap there. You can see that gap. This is a Christmas ornament hanger because back for that video, I had a toothpick. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to go like this to get a little bit of dish soap on that ornament hanger. And then it's almost impossible for you to see, but there's dish soap on there. And I'm going to feed it on down in. I'm going to work it on in to get a little bit, just a little bit of lubricant in there. There we go. Now, why am I doing this? Pretty simple. I'll clean up my fingers here. When I reassemble the foot, because I wanted to make sure I wasn't going to break Rathalos, I want to make sure that regardless of where I turn Los's foot, whether it be up here by his toes or down here at the base like I should be turning it, that joint is going to turn with me, and I'm not applying undue pressure. And that's going to snap. Don't want to do that. So that's what this is for. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and reassemble Los's foot here. And I'm only doing this so this way I can show you what that looks like. The dish soap here will probably take, like I said, about 24 hours before it actually fully works, but that's okay. We are back on. Unfortunately, I didn't really get that on camera, but we are back on and we are good to go. So hopefully that helps. Longer video than I intended it to be, but it is what it is. I explained the theory to you and we'll go from there. Thank you so much for watching. End card now. Check out some other videos. I really do appreciate it. I'll catch ya in the next video.